I'm here with Justin Gresham, a fellow entrepreneur, and he is a taxidermist. Okay, so for the people who don't know what taxidermist does or is, why don't you explain?
My job and goal is to recreate life-like expressions in trophy animals that people have taken.
Question 1. Why did you start the business?
Because I had trouble finding quality work being done in the central Illinois area.
And what inspired you?
A combination of previous art schooling and some work that I had received that I wasn't happy with.
When did you start your business?
About 14 years ago.
How is your business different from other similar businesses?
I think a lot of people get into this business thinking it's an easy way to make money, and in turn they lose the lifelike realism and the artwork in it. I always said that I was making memories and not just reproducing animals.
How did you finance the business? And what was the process like? Did you have to submit a business plan?
I did not have to submit a business plan because I didn't go to a bank. I kept my full-time job and slowly over the course of time invested any time, overtime that I could work at my regular job into buying tools and supplies to start my business.
Okay, cool. What are your marketing strategies for your business, if you have any?
The only marketing strategy I have is word of mouth. I based my sole business on the quality of the work would make my customers happy, my customers would bring their friends. And then it exploded into, now I have 10,000 friends.
That's cool. What is your average work day like?
I work swing shifts at the power plant, so my average work day would be 8 hours at the power plant, and then whatever hours I wasn't at the power plant, I was working 8 hours to 10 hours at home, and then sleep somewhere in between.
What was the most difficult part of starting the business?
Customer base. Having a quality customer base. Because the higher quality customer I had, the higher quality customer I received in the future.
What are your expectations for the future with regards to this business?
Well, I've stopped doing taxidermy for a few years to spend more time with my family. When my daughter graduates, I will probably get back into it. I'd like to be able to do this until I'm old and gray, almost gray. It's already old, but
not really. What lessons would you give other entrepreneurs?
If I was going to give any entrepreneur any lesson, whether they're providing a service or a product, to provide their absolute best, and the customers will repay you in return.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, and etc.? So, the future.
I still want to continue to do taxidermy as a hobby, but not as an income. When I retire from my regular job, I will probably be a contractor for other taxidermists and be able to pick and choose which pieces of art I want to do.
What job qualifications were there to get where you are? Like any education or experience?
None.
None?
Hard work. That's it.
Be a hard worker. Did you have to teach yourself how to do all the skinning and mounting?
Pretty much. There are schools available. There are tutorials available online. There are internships that are available. I don't recommend any of them. Honestly, I don't. I recommend putting in the hard work, going to competitions, and letting the best in the world critique your piece and tell you what's wrong with it. Take that critique with broad shoulders and try to be better the next time.
Do you use any electronic commerce, like websites, or purchase anything online?
No, I did do some electronic advertising to start with, and I quit that right away because I wanted my business to be based on word of mouth. I purchased all of my supplies and materials online all the time.
Okay. How many employees do you have, full-time or part-time, if any? Do you have any employees working for you?
I had an employee that was part-time that came in every year during deer season because of the workload, and he would work a couple weeks with me, and that was it.
Who are your customers or target market?
Trophy hunter in the outdoor industry.
What are the most crucial things you have done to grow your business?
Customer satisfaction, number one, and then raising my prices.
How many customers do you say you get, like, yearly?
I averaged about 150 pieces a year, which was above the norm for taxidermists. Didn't start out that much, and then it got so big it's really hard to say no.
Yeah. Was it ever overwhelming?
Absolutely.
Frustrating?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What plans do you have for expansion?
I don't. If anything, downsizing.
Yeah. Outsiders have been most important to your business success.
Other taxidermists around the world, the best taxidermists in the world, the better I got, the harder they critiqued me, which provided me an opportunity to make my product better and my services better, make the customers more happy.
What's the worst business advice you've ever received?
When I first started out, I was told to start out with low prices so I could get customers. That was by far the worst advice I had ever received, because then I had the following years to come customers expecting a lower price for a higher quality product. I should have started out with what my pieces were worth and only gone from there.
Yeah. What 3 pieces of advice would you offer entrepreneurs starting out today?
Make sure that you have a solid service or product before you begin that people want or need. When you go into this business plan that you have, don't go in it half-hearted. Plan on leaving everything else in your life behind to run this business. And third, the customer is always right. Always.
Amen. All right. So, what was your biggest mistake in your business? If you made any.
Yeah, the low prices.
The low prices?
Yeah. The low prices was really bad. I raised my prices considerably every year for 5 years to get them to where they were supposed to be because I started too low.
Yeah, and would you do anything differently if you could go back in time and...
Yeah. I would have started at a higher price and let people shop and look at other people's products and then decide on their own what they're paying for so they can see the difference in quality working well.
What business achievement are you most proud of?
Probably the first place national championship award for reptiles.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty big. What kind of interactions do you have with local, state, federal government?
In the taxidermy business, there's a lot of laws that go along with the protective species laws and when I'm doing African animals or animals from other states or other countries. So I have a really good rapport with the local conservation officer, state conservation officer. As far as federal goes, not a whole lot because I don't do migratory birds.
Yeah. What has been the most effective way of promoting your business?
Word of mouth. Word of mouth and then word of mouth.
What kind of hours do you work?
Too many.
So you kind of already answered that one. Do you have any dress code or is it just kind of chill, whatever you want to wear?
It's whatever I feel like wearing that day.
That makes sense. I mean, you're the owner. Does your business involve traveling? And if so, where have you traveled to?
Yes, it does, for multiple reasons. Research, also competitions and trade shows. That's the only way I can get better is to go see the best in the world and have them look at my work. I've been all over Illinois, Missouri, Kentucky, Texas, as far as Florida and California. So anywhere that the best in the world are, that's where I'm going to be.
That's cool. And last question, do you have an employee manual?
No.
No? You just kind of do your own thing?
Right. I don't have employees. And the
Yeah,
ones I
that
do
makes
have,
sense.
they just...
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing the interview. And it was fun.
Good.
And now it's over. So.